You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Hey, happy Wednesday.
It is New Comic Book Day.
John's here, brought me, how many were there?
I think there's 24 bagels in there.
Brought me 24 bagels. I was actually looking for the John Cole sandwich, but I'll take what I can get.
Quite a few people are looking for the John Cole
Didn't
sandwich.
bring me a tub of cream cheese, though. I noticed that.
Oh, good Lord. You really are like the sad man living in the rundown house
And
in a bad
the plastic knives. Like, come on, dude, half the job. So, hey, what's going on, everybody? Triple B in the house, Kenneth, Lyle, Easy Go Lucky, Marcus. What's up, buddy?
I'll tell you one thing. If you can donate to local food banks, you should, because there's a lot of people. There's a stunning number of people out there that don't have enough to eat. I mean, all seriousness, if you have like some cans of food or something that you're not using,
15% of kids go to bed hungry every night.
We were down at the Tri-County Kitchen Community thing. You know, my wife, and we're bringing the groceries, and you would have thought we were giving away $100 bills. The parking lot was so full.
All right, well, now you make me feel bad coming in here talking about comics.
Well, buy comics from Nick, and he'll send a few cans of food. It'll work out.
Well, listen, it's July 4th weekend. We all like Stars and Stripes. We also like Star Wars. We love Greg Hildebrandt. We're going to do 2 giveaways.
Oh, nice.
Greg Hildebrandt's Red Sonja covers in homage to their Star Wars #1. All right, guys, we got a question for you, though. And then I got to talk to you guys about Friday night show.
So, wait, Red Sonja, both the Virgin and the...
Okay,
giveaway.
These were the Kickstarter. 2 different winners. Matter of fact, it's July 4th weekend. I got to find 2 more things.
It's 2.
Yeah, 2 separate.
But wait, this is 1 giveaway.
No, it's 2 giveaways. Somebody
Two
gets
giveaways.
the Virgin, somebody gets the logo.
Like whoever wins first will pick which one they want, and the other person will get the other one.
Sure. So one more thing, guys. Summer hours. We're going to do 1 hour on Wednesdays moving forward. So I want to get everybody's opinion. Do we want to do 6 o'clock to 7 or 7 to 8? Which one will Nick go with tonight? I like that. There we go. Hashtag which one will Nick go with tonight?
No. I'm making the hashtag now.
Oh,
Hashtag
no.
The EXP,
After the last no.
The EXP freedom. The EXP freedom.
I'm okay with that one. So hashtag the EXP freedom. All lowercase.
Let's see what super long tag
After Monday,
That's what I'm looking at.
I'm not doing that again.
Right now, we got Eddie at 7 to 8, John at 6 to 7. So let's see. What does everybody want? Summer hours. These guys need an hour off. It'll be more condensed, more focused, all in 1 hour. And it'll still be fun. And wait till you guys see what we have for Friday.
All right. So you only need the 1 hashtag. That works. Easy go lucky. We're going with that, Jay. All right, for all the drawings. And so far we've got 2. So we've got the Red Sonja Virgin and we got the Red Sonja logo.
These were
all right.
These were
And
super
I know Nick said he wanted to give away something else. So when he figures that out, we'll do the first giveaway. We'll do the logo first. No, actually, we'll do the Virgin first. Yeah, we're a good one, right? All right. So we will do the Virgin first in the first half hour. All right. So make sure you get that hashtag in. So, you know what? I don't know the exact answer to that one, actually. We'll have to find out. I wasn't really keeping track of exactly how much the dollars total, but
for what?
For Jay and Jenna.
Oh, you know what? Jay and Jenna put it. They kind of update the GoFundMe pretty, fairly, like almost daily or every other day, talking about like fixing up and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I thank you everybody. By the way.
Yeah, again, thanks everybody.
I'm gonna,
awesome.
Jay's producing today, so I'm gonna out Jenna. After we went off the stream, we still had StreamYard hooked up, and I got to tell you, Jenna was in tears. No reason to be, but we all wanted to help him out, but she was literally in tears, crying and stuff. And so thank you everybody for what you did. We really appreciate it.
Well, that's some difficult real world stuff to deal with. I mean, let's be.
Jay, are we back?
Yeah, you guys were stuttering for just a few seconds there.
All right. I do have a new laptop on order.
Oh, goodness. I think ooh, I think Rex said he's got a new laptop on order.
It's most likely Comcast. So a new laptop will help. Hey, Jay, are we back again or in?
Yeah.
I don't know how much reboot's going to help because the computer was off when we started, so I screwed it on again. So I have to imagine it is a Comcast issue. So I'm watching this.
Well, it's that, and I just keep kicking the plug in over here.
That doesn't help. Lyle. Yeah, it's smoke, right? Unreal. I am so sick of Comcast. I really am. This and we're
maybe if you stop calling them Comcast, they wouldn't be throttling.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's Xfinity.
You mean morons? I'm sorry, I didn't use a proper term. The morons over there on Arch Street in Philadelphia. It is Skynet.
Aren't you using an iBook or something, the tangerine colored one?
So it's weird. The new laptop is coming in, but my IT guy warned me that it might help things a little bit, but I don't know how much it's going to really help. Because the morons in Philadelphia don't know how to run their internet
I've been
service.
told that Xfinity for Business is the nation's leading 10G provider, lightning speed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In a small part of Nebraska.
For a season,
in a 6 mile by 6 mile
for someone
radius.
who had 7 annual passes.
Yeah, what Jay asked, which nation?
For someone who had 7 annual passes to the Xfinity Center each year, there's nothing I can't help you.
Hey, I like their Christmas show too. Okay, but it ain't got nothing to do with the internet. It's burnt pineapple from the pizza. I can't even tell you how sick I am.
Well, I assume that's where all the bandwidth goes, right? I assume all the bandwidth goes. Like, it's good during the day. The second the lights go on at the Xfinity Center at night for a hockey game or something, there you go.
Thank you, Marcus. 10G is a made-up term.
I'm sure if that was true, Xfinity wouldn't use it.
They also lie and say they'll bring you the best, fastest internet in the country.
I had someone on Facebook today
when the
argue
damn
with me
thing works
about Verizon 5G service. It's terrible in Mount Laurel. I said, I live here in Mount Laurel. It's not. Oh, that's awful. I said, let me be clear. I have it. Well, what did you do with Comcast? I said, I have that too. And he's like, why do you have both? I said, well, my wife works from home. I said, when my wife is working from home, I use my Verizon and it's fine. Oh, what do you do with it? Are you a gamer? I said, no, I'm a grown man. I said, like, I stream stuff on it, I use it or whatever. I said, so I don't know these people that are like, you can't cord cut. Yes, you can cord cut. If you really dislike somebody that much, just get rid of them.
I did it. Long before it was, I was streaming off a Wi-Fi card. I was doing everything under the sun trying to make it.
Why does Sean ask about Ken Hazer books? When we have them, John, we will give them to you. I don't know what else to tell him.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't make him draw any faster, bud.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's working on all these covers.
Your issue is with Nick because he hasn't done covers for Dynamite.
So I have not been able to find a way to pull him off that. I've tried talking to Nick about it. Hey, can we get Ken Hazer to do more sketch covers and less Dynamite covers? That didn't go over too good. I don't know why.
Yeah, Ken's very popular, man. If you follow him on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that, my man's got quite a following now. He's got other companies hit him up publicly. on Instagram, they're not shy at all.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, this is blah 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 from reach out to me. Like,
So,
okay.
all right. So you know what? Let's throw the Paul Maitland.
But yeah, all jokes aside, if Nick will come in, or if there's an announcement or something about Ken Hazer books, commissions, I'm guessing he's doing stuff for people. Nick will probably pop in and make an announcement, like a real announcement.
But I do like the new artist we brought on board, Paul Maitland. I got another piece from him.
Man, I got to tell you, you got more Paul Maitland. You got another Paul Maitland.
I do. So
if you need more, I'll go over to Mariano's desk right now and take them out of that cabinet and put them in. I don't work here.
Well, there goes that secret. So he thought he was so slick too. He goes, "I'll hide in here, and nobody will know." Well, now everybody knows. So, all right. So the Paul Maitland piece we have: Fearless Defenders, signed with a whole cover sketch by.
Hopefully, during the show, Nick will comment. Nice.
And we may or may not be back. Jay?
Yep, there you go. There you go. You're back.
Oh, I can't even. I cannot even. It's become part of the show now.
Yeah, John, I don't know if you heard that or if we died out or not. Hopefully, Nick will pop in sometime and be able to give you a real answer and not just us clowning around.
Yeah,
I mean, I do legitimately know Ken is busy, and if you read Dynamite Comics, you can
Facebook, you can see.
Well, that and every Thursday. Hey, Ron, what's going on, man?
Ron, what's up, buddy?
Every Thursday or every Wednesday when there's Dynamite books, there's a Ken Hazer cover. He's got Negaduck for Darkwing Duck.
All right, so Ron, we have this one first piece of the night. It is
Fearless Defenders #1.
Thank you. It's been one heck
Man,
of a week.
that I gotta tell you, Paul is just yikes.
$149.99 suggested retail. We got it for $62.19.
Did he color this too? Because he used the correct shade of green. He
You got it, Ron. So I'm trying to get more from
Ron. That's a nice pickup, bud.
I mean, I gotta admit, he has a whole new kind of technique. It's, and I love Ken Hazer, obviously. I love Joe Del Beato and Mariano Hazer, but it is a whole new look, and that's kind of really cool with what he's doing with airbrushing.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much, and I think like Mariano said, it's almost like a 1980s airbrush style in a real refined way. Did you want to mute your phone while we were doing the show?
No. Why? At any moment we could blank out anyway. So why? I should have brought the bagels in here.
Right.
So when the internet goes down, we have something
to eat.
Oh, thank you, Marcus, for your optimism.
I was in the community kitchen today, and I was showing them how to make different spreads. I said,
like, we're a bunch of volunteers, dude. I'm an accountant by day. Like, why are you teaching me this? I don't want to know.
Well, I will go see the new Barbie movie.
I've heard good things about it, actually.
You know what? I'm just predisposed to like Margot Robbie to begin with, but the way they're doing the movie, it's almost like they're doing it with tongue firmly planted in cheek. You know what I mean? The whole idea of Barbie can do anything. Yeah, Marcus, Barbie is probably going to be. It's not really a matter of me going to see it. It's probably a matter of me going to see it multiple times because, it's exactly what I want to see. Plus, the last couple movies I've seen.
Hey, yo, real quick. Edward sent something for you, Rex. You ready?
Did
Nice. Oh, Edward, that's good stuff, brother.
I'm out of here. I can't work like
we
this.
can't work under
I'm
these conditions. Oh my God.
Touche, Edward. Touche.
Yeah, I'm looking for something that's really good.
Large man,
what's
up,
going on,
buddy?
brother?
I hope you're doing okay, buddy. I know you're a busy man, so whenever you go watch, hey, that's awesome.
You know what I meant to bring today, but the line was too long. I was going to stop and bring in that Grimace purple shake thing. because when we got back on 295,
What
there's
is
McDonald's right there.
new? There's some sort of new TikTok thing you're doing with that?
Yeah. They're kind of making it out to be like. Did you remember the old movie The Stuff?
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of riffing on that, like you're drinking it and it's turning. It's bath salts. It's funny. I mean, I was gonna get one. The color is very bizarre. Nick, when you get a chance,
Yeah.
John Spilios has a question about Ken Hazer stuff.
He's backed up, but we will get more.
So and I didn't want, I was just, I didn't want to answer, but I'm like, he's pretty busy.
Collecting, dude. You can claim all the potato chips and pineapple you want. It's yours, bud. But if you're gonna eat that, put my bagel back in my bag.
Right.
No bagels for you. Pineapple on chip. What are these people smoking?
Are you going to show something, or should we throw up another go?
Throw up another buck.
All
Sell. Everybody hit that thumbs up.
You were right here, so I didn't know if there was going to be like, nickel.
All right, so you know what? We know Ron's in the house, so let's do the other cover sketches.
Let's do two more things real quick.
Okay.
Everybody, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Oh yeah, I said that already. Next week we're doing summer hours on Wednesdays. Get them some roughage. There you go. We're gonna do summer hours. So would people like to see us have a 1 hour from 6 to 7 on Wednesdays or 7 to 8 on Wednesdays?
Yeah, put it in the comments below, and we'll probably, we'll count them up after the show, and Nick will make a decision then.
All right, Ron, you still there, buddy? All right, so next up we have a new.
You want to give Larsman a quick heart attack?
Why? What we can do?
What you got?
Oh yeah, we're doing a contest. 4 people for the 4th of July. We are not doing a show on Monday.
Oh.
All right. Look at that. Large man, you there, buddy?
He is. He just said earlier is better. Rex, meaning you need to get home.
Because you're cutting back on the internet. So these will be on the air on Friday. And wait till you see what we priced them at.
Larsman claimed it.
Larsman, you should know the price. Besides, we have a new rule. If you claim it before we say the price, you still have to claim it. All I'm saying, this will be on Friday at 7 o'clock.
Now it's $1 bajillion.
It's Dr. Evil price
Per page.
See, what did Spencer have this at? Spencer had this.
He's always overpriced. I think he's at $1 bajillion and one.
Spencer had this, I think, because of all the spiders, men's, women's, beings. I will say, yeah, I need a new number 7 series. I'm waiting for them all to come back so that I can say that I bought them back. Well, let's just say that this is going to be really, really, really affordable, as will this. This will be even more affordable. Although I've gotten different people. Some people like this more than this.
Is that from Spider-Verse?
No, much more affordable than that, Marcus. These are not the ones we sold. The ones we sold will come back. All 20 pages of Spider-Man number 7 will come back. I just have to be able to, quote unquote, buy them back first from all these sales that didn't happen.
All right. So next up, we have the Mighty Avengers number 1 signed with Skrull and movie Nick Fury. Cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano
Nice.
Nicieza.
I just watched this today. Secret Invasion today.
How was it?
I enjoy it. I know some people aren't, but I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
How was the AI this time? No, seriously, are they still doing the AI? Wow.
Well, it seems like 6 to 7 is winning, and I prefer that, to be honest with you, as opposed to having the gap at 1 hour gap at that point. All right, but that's just me personally.
Yes, it is very much. There's a lot of Steranko energy in that cover.
Yes, there is. All right, $149.99 suggested retail, and we've got this one for $89.99. All right.
Man, that's the Skrull.
Lyle,
face.
right?
That's really, really good.
All right, and then this one we've had before, but today we have it at bargain basement price. Captain America number 1 signed with Scarlet Witch cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza, and we've got this one for $50 tonight.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow.
All right, and now that we've got Lars Man in the house, Jay, we're gonna try to flip to. We will try to flip to Spidey stuff because I know Lars Man's a busy man, so he may not be able to join us for the whole show. So let's look that stuff.
Summers are not great for me, but 6 to 7 is.
What? Summer, fall, winter, spring. It's not good for you because you're retired.
Summers, it's a much longer drive if I drive up here.
Winter, you complain it's too cold. You don't want to leave the house.
4th of July is. That's housewarming day.
All right, let me get down some. All right, so in Weird, gotcha, and then Triple B, and then
Lyle, that's like 3 to 5 for me.
Yeah, right. It really doesn't matter a lot anyway. Yeah,
people in California are like, so what? I'm going to take my lunch break.
Whatever time it is where he is, it's not that time anywhere else on the planet.
I just wonder if somebody's watching this in the UK at like 1 o'clock in the morning, so their wife doesn't see them spending all this money. What are your shipping prices to Scotland?
Experienced married man right here. You spent a lifetime.
You know what the truth is? I never did that with my wife. I've talked about that on shows before. If I went to a con and dropped $3 or $4 grand, I just spent $3 or $4 grand, and I would tell my wife I'll go make more money. And at first she thought, oh, and then when she saw that I was serious about just going out and making more money, she's like, well.
So what the hell are you telling her now? I'm going to go to Regal and watch more movies.
I made this money. Now it's a past tense thing.
All right. So we have Spectacular Spider-Man number 147 from 1988. Hobgoblin Inferno story continues. This is part of that consignment deal, so it is a 9.2 or higher. And we got the one for $18.
And no, I think about that.
Weird.
I think about that all the time.
And weird, it only supports my complaint about Comcast because Lyle in the Arctic probably doesn't have Comcast.
He's like in a fortress of solitude. Meanwhile, I'm a 30-second walk from I-295, and yet somehow his Arctic. What?
All right. So, all right. So
I'm going to assume in the fortress of solitude, the Wi-Fi is probably pretty good. It's 700G.
Why do you need it? He's Superman. You just fly there.
I'll tell you right now, if I was Superman, that house would not have Wi-Fi. I would like it quiet if I was Superman. I mean, he can hear cells divide, so please, I don't want any beeps. I don't want any chirps.
So, is Lyle actually Superman? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, let's see what he buys tonight. We'll decide.
Is that the only Spider-Man book I have? Really?
You don't have another Spider-Man book? Lars logged in for this.
I could have swore I did, but
I really like the Scarlet Witch one. That's very cool.
All right. Well, I thought I had more Spider-Man stuff there, Lars Man, but I can't find it now.
Do you want me to just go look at someone's personal collection for Spider-Man?
No, I'd rather not do that.
Wait, don't take that off the wall. Pop. Sorry, Lars Man, looking for a buck.
Next up, we have Action Comics number 1000. It is a 1960s variant, signed in silver by Dan Jurgens. It's number 16 of 25 signed. Suggested retail of $69.99, and we have the one available for $19.38.
Go checks. This is, if you're old, for a lot of people, this was the first thing they remember, going to a newsstand. I've talked about it before. I used to get my comics at a train station.
Right.
And you would get there, and I'd be waiting for my dad's train, and we'd go into the newsstand, and I'd see all the checks and stuff like that. And, he would pick up the books, and then I would point to the books that I wanted him to buy me that he wasn't supposed to. So I'd always have to leave those somewhere else, like the umbrella. My dad looks, he's like, "What are you reading this for?" Hold it up. All right.
The collars.
The collars. Oh, my God. No, even then it was weird. Even then I really liked black and white books. It was really weird. Like Savage Sword of Conan. I really liked the black and white books. It was just something,
right.
I like.
Drew you to it.
Oh, I think what it was is my wife pointed out this once. When I was a kid, I used to read the comic strips with my dad in the morning, right? Comic strips back then were in black and white, except for Sunday.
Right.
So, like, I was talking to Benito Gallego, who does Tarzan for us. And I told him, I said, no disrespect, but I prefer your work in black and white. And he told me, he's like, I hear that all the time. Because he did the Tarzan dailies for umpteen years. And he's like, I have people all the time will message me, it's weird to see your work in color. And I'm like, oh, good, it's not just me.
All right, so to keep in mind, we have 2 giveaways at least tonight. Red Sonja with the logo and Red Sonja with the Virgin.
Yeah, these are Greg Hildebrand covers. So
these
are very cool giveaway.
And that's the giveaway. And the hashtag is the EXP Freedom. All right.
I have this Kickstarter cover in the pencil art because it was black and white.
That's not a surprise, dude.
I feel bad though when my stuff arrives at home because I'm like, man, Rex had to pack this and send it to me. He could have just left it on the table and I get it on Monday.
I assure you, I never pack anything to send to you, not unless there's a John Cole sandwich at the end of my day. Okay, I'm just telling you straight up. Ask Amy. She'd be like, should we pack this up for John? No, what the hell with him? If he doesn't bring me John Cole sandwich, no, he can come pick it up. Put it in a plastic bag for him. That's it. That's all we're doing.
That does sound like a line printer.
No, that's my phone. That's my alert for my text.
Who is texting you? It's like you're a teenage girl. It's endless.
No, I would be posting. Like I'd be updating my status. All right. To be honest with you, the reason is because, all right, I also, because of my daughter, I wasn't going to do it this year. I organize and coach.
This is a squirrel rescue thing again?
No, it's a 23U softball league that current and former college players come and play. The current players play so they can stay loose during the summer, stay in action, but it's very relaxed. So almost a rec format, but it's a hell of a lot of work.
We start calling your daughter Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, I got to tell you.
Little Squirrel Girl.
No, I got to tell you. All right, well, I got to tell you that I have a rant about the younger generation, but we got to go to break.
Texting Mark.
Staten Island. I remember Lyle won that contest.
I think
the guy in the Arctic guessed it. Everybody gets guessing all over the place, but the guy in the Arctic guessed it. Staten Island. All right, we're going to go to our first break. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Go follow the experience on TikTok at @the_EXP1 or scan the QR code on the screen. Our TikTok is like everywhere else we are, except you only have to deal with us for a minute. Seems like a win-win to me.
Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
We're back. Marcus,
back.
yes, the squirrel was texting. Squirrel and I have grown very close.
And to answer
Descending
Jay's
Climax, what's up, buddy?
To answer Jay's question, he was like, "Who feeds you and I don't?" Today I was at the
Taco Bell.
I was at our. I know, right? Today I was
No,
at
I actually went Taco Bell.
our Tri-County Community Kitchen, and I was using Rex as an example to people of, I said there's older folks in rundown houses and dead-end jobs that are struggling to feed themselves, and my wife is turned mortified because Rex lives 8 minutes from us in the same town, so the narrative didn't work particularly well. But I was trying to tell people, for people that don't have a ton of money, cooking saves you a lot of money. Like my little PSA today. I mean, I'm a guy that made his living by feeding people out, right? Mm-hmm. So now this is me on the flip side of my life saying, you know what? You can make something tasty at home for a lot less money.
It's like for a while I was making sandwiches to bring to work, but then you get sick of eating the same sandwich after a while, and then the cold cuts go bad. So my problem is not so much that I don't see that, but you got to buy enough food, make it, and then be willing to eat the leftovers.
Well, I have to tell people, first of all, the old-fashioned idea of shopping once a week, that's not going to fly anymore. The very old-fashioned idea of shopping every day isn't workable for anyone who isn't like retired or unemployed or something like that. So realistically, some guy did a math formula or whatever. You want to go shopping roughly every 72 hours, every 3 days.
Oh, dear God, no way.
Every 3 days. So their point was you go shopping on Sunday, then you go shopping in the middle of the week.
Don Johnson, Pastor Michael, what's going on, guys? Thanks for joining us.
And that's how people, especially, if they have kids.
$7.29, I got that 3 taco deal at Taco Bell.
You know what? That's true, but first of all, not everybody's doing that. That food isn't very good for you either. It's just not. I mean, take it from me. I know I made my living selling people food that was not very good for them. When I would make people, cheeseburger hoagies with like 6 patties.
I don't want to eat brown rice and rice crackers. Okay. All right. So let's get through the signed books. All right. Next up, we have Thor number 24, Legacy number 750, signed in silver by legendary Walt Simonson. Yeah. It is number 3 of 40, and we have it for $69.99.
Not a lot of people have died as often as Odin has.
Well, he's a god. He can die and come back. And so can Superman. Actually, all comic book figures.
Jean Grey, nobody dies forever.
All right, next up, we have Detective Comics number 1027. It is cover F, the Jim Lee cover. Silver, signed in silver by John Romita Jr. Suggested retail of $149.99. It's number 9 of 50, and we got this one for $100. All right, so anything good with New Comic Book Day today?
So we got a few new people here. Just want to throw out 2 things again. One, don't forget, next week, summer hours, July and August. We're still looking for everybody to say, is it 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock that we should do?
They've been voting.
I think it's 6 o'clock.
Okay.
That seems to be a...
Second, we've got 4 giveaways tonight.
We don't know what the other 2 are. We do know what 2 are, but we don't know.
How about hashtag what are the 4 giveaways?
No. The same hashtag works for all 4. Don't confuse the issue. So once they enter once, they are eligible.
How about hashtag why not more than one hashtag?
I'm going to mute. I'm muting the mic. Nick does not get to make hashtags anymore. Period.
If the hashtag is hashtag why can't we have more than one hashtag, is the second hashtag a hashtag or hashtag spelled out?
Jay, Nick is not allowed to make up the hashtags anymore.
4 separate giveaways.
I think the EXP Freedom, I think that one's fine. I think Rex made a good executive call on that, boss. Sorry.
Isn't that what I said?
I'm just trying to avoid confusing everybody because Monday was a hot mess, man. You didn't even know what you had.
Nick, you said so many hashtags now. I can't remember who said what now.
Guys, Friday, just original art experience. The best pricing on awesome art we've ever had. This was a $13,000 cover. This will be less than half that on Friday. This was even more. It'll be really well discounted. Check it out. Wait till you guys see what this splash is priced at on Friday. Oh, my stars and garters. How many hashtags can Nick pick if Nick could pick hashtags? Don't forget the period. You got to have a period.
All right. I am a little tempted to use that one from Ed Weird, though. That one's a good one.
people are just going to have to cut and paste that.
6 to 7 works, but this hashtag thing is too confusing for the internet you have.
So, except nobody wins because everybody typed it in wrong. There's too many characters.
There's someone else in the immediate area using a massive amount of bandwidth. Like they're retasking satellites or something. They're getting all the bandwidth.
No, Comcast just sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
Mike Asbell, we are. Ooh, this is fun.
Doing well.
Oh, no.
Not as well as whoever wins this giveaway, but doing well.
Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us, man.
Here we're going to do the published and the unpublished cover.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is there's original art shows.
Nick
whatever.
Red Pants have lost his mind.
But Nick's show has like a level of like personalization to it. Nick knows a lot of these creators. Yeah, if you're not catching the show on Friday,
people are not going to believe the pricing on Friday. I don't even know if we're going to get to everything. But
a huge armload of art.
And this is only half the art I was going to put on Friday.
You need to get one of those
Bird, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Captain, I can see you, man.
Oh, Mike, trust me, I am glad I'm doing better. Believe you me, you need Cornelius to pedal faster on the router wheel.
On the router wheel. Oh my God.
That's labor market.
Are we running an infinity head to head? Oh my God. Jim Starlin. God, it's going to be a big Friday. Our first Luke Ross Witchblade ever. God. Check out this Teen Titans cover.
We had a good, for Dynamite, it was an exceptional new comic book day.
Okay.
Car this week?
So I'm going to tell everybody something. This should get everybody excited. This Vibe cover, pure pencils, this is a cover. It will be under $600. These two Green Lantern covers, they will be under $900 each. How far under, you'll have to find out on Friday. Is that my office behind the white curtains? Oh, my God.
Somebody asked one time when I said, we were talking to the show, and I said, you want me to go next door and ask Nick? And someone's like, does Nick really have you next door? Like, they were, like, frightened. And I was like, well, I don't actually knock on the door when he's busy. Unfortunately, sometimes he's busy, and I don't know. And I'm like, hey, what's up, buddy? And he's like, I'm busy conducting business.
God, these are going to be cheap on Friday. These are going to be cheap. Dale Eaglesham, FF 571, The Council of Reeds.
I love that story, man. I love the fact that I know everybody was like Spider-Verse fans, but I love
Joel, it's going to be less than that, and not by a penny.
You had the steampunk Reed Richards, who I really liked.
Who knows? Maybe I'll make them $800 each. You never know. You never know. You just never know.
Which vamp in the background? Do you mean?
Check out this double-page spread.
He probably means the.
All right, I need you guys to sell. You guys need to sell. We need money. I can't afford to not pay John if you guys don't sell.
I'll be down to just a 10-ounce can of soda. Sorry.
I think
that's like one of those art proof things, right? Somebody commented about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
That's a manufacturer's proof.
Yeah. Nick explained that to me. That like if there's going to be statues or whatever.
This is a lot of art.
It is a lot of art. kind of send that first.
I got a Jim Starlin page I'm going to do for $50 on Friday.
That's that
That's a
Jim
deal.
Starlin art for $50 is literally like.
Can you imagine a Council of Rexes?
Oh my God, they'd all be
I
arguing.
can, Pastor.
Oh my God.
All right.
It's everyone has a different baseball cap though. It's all you, but everyone has a different baseball cap.
Kind of like the Matrix.
The
That one
Matrix.
scene.
You guys got to sell. Come on. We need money.
Well, we want to, but you keep coming in here with your art, man.
All right, I got to pick 2 more giveaways.
All right. You know what?
We
All
need
right.
4
So
more
let's get
giveaways,
through.
'cause I'm probably gonna keep these.
I didn't hear anything. All right. So next up, we have G.I. Joe #1, signed in silver by Fred Van Lente. It's just a retail of $69.99, and we got this one, number 20 of the edition. We got this one for $19.84.
Fred's a good guy. I'm always pitching more stuff for him to do.
How's that working out?
You know what? He appreciates the energy, but he's just like, I can only write so fast. I get the same answer for him that I get from Jeff Parker. Dude, I literally just finished something for Dynamite. What do you want from me? It was after Mind Warp. After Mind Warp. I said,
tell their wives, it's that retired guy again. Oh my God.
oh, that's the other thing. Jeff Parker's like, how are you retired? And I was like, well, proportionately, I'm the you of the catering contracting world. And he's like, I won't be retired when I'm your age.
Oh man. All right. Next up, we have Uncanny X-Men #2, signed in silver by Chris Bacalo. It's just a retail of $69.99. It's one of our 5-star $50 books. It is number 13 of only 20 signed the edition.
I love these books that sort of have this like dime novel 1960s spy energy.
Right. I hear you saying.
It's just very cool. I really like that. And probably the X-Men characters lean into that. With the exception of Black Widow, I think almost all the X-Men characters lean into that sort of thing.
All right. So let's do a quick Rex cap, and then I want to hear what John thinks about New Comic Book Day. All right. So the Rex cap starting off. Oh, you know what? As always, we have Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles. $3.99 cover price or higher, and as always, we have it as a thank you to our community. We have it for $5.50 a copy. You really can't lose.
And this is a
I
great
gotta
way to
figure
take a
out how to
picture.
make Grubhub work. I'm hungry. What incentives
Go
do we have
talk-
for sale
I
today?
have DoorDash.
Ask
You want me?
Amy.
I have DoorDash. You want me to order
She
you
left.
one?
It's Wednesday.
Oh well, then I guess
She's
you
still
can have a
young.
bagel.
What
Full of
incentives do we have?
You can have a dry old bagel with no cream cheese.
What incentives do we have?
All right, the incentive.
I have DoorDash. Are you hungry? I will have them bring food.
No, that's okay.
Are you sure?
Okay,
We
actually,
only
I
have-
could use Popeye's chicken. I'm gonna go with how much. Let me know how much I owe you.
Okay, no
Popeye's
discounts tonight. He's eating Popeye's chicken.
I haven't eaten yet.
None.
What are the incentives?
John, make sure that they deliver at 8 o'clock. I know you can set the time.
I am trying to 113 get
Make it 8:10 just to be safe.
Jesus.
Don't want them coming early. All right. The incentives. I'm helping out the view. Everybody in the group.
All right, what are
All
the
right.
incentives? Hurry up.
Action Comics #1056, 1:25 ratio. Juanjo Lopez, in the wild for 25, and we have it for 15.
Let's do it for 12.
All right, we're gonna do 12 now, and
What?
then
So $12 for one in how many copies?
25.
Holy. Did you get the pot? Oh, do I get strawberry biscuit?
What do you want to eat?
I want a Popeye's chicken sandwich
A sandwich?
and their fries.
Signature chicken combo. Are they running the sandwich right now? Oh, here we go. Big sandwich bundle family meal.
No, I unless you're gonna have some with me.
All right, next up, because this could take a while. Action Comics #1056, 1:50 ratio by Steve Beach.
Oh, we only have one of those.
Floating around the wild at 50,
What side do you want?
and we
Cheese?
have it for 20.
I can't go below 20. Even as hungry as I am, I can't go below 20.
Mac and cheese, Cajun fries.
No,
mashed potatoes.
no, I can't have you do that. It's all good.
You've been selling me comic books for 17 years, and you can't have me order you dinner.
All right, just French fries. Just the chicken sandwich and French
We're
fries.
17 years too late on this trip.
Are you a 5-star review at the very least on Grubhub? If you're
From
one,
what I heard, he stiffed him a couple of times. So I don't know.
if he's a 3-star review or less, I don't want anything extra.
He's a 1-star, dude.
Oh my God! Nobody's claiming anything. Wow.
Action 1056.
Lyle, do you mean the 1 in 25?
The 1 in 25, Lyle, is now $12. You'll find it out in the wild for 25, but we got it for 12. So Lyle, let us know if you
Sure, the
want.
biscuit's good, buddy.
They're not bad.
I'll take a biscuit. I cannot believe I'm doing this. You know what the craziest part about all this is? I've got a $50 coupon for DoorDash or Grubhub. I don't remember which, and I don't know how to use it.
What do you want to drink?
Nothing.
All right,
I
you got it,
soda.
Lyle.
I got soda. Unless they have lemonade. Unless it comes with it.
Got you, buddy.
Which one did you claim?
The 1 in 25.
Mango lemonade, strawberry lemonade, or premium lemonade?
Oh my God, this is complicated.
There's 2 kinds of lemonade.
What are the three?
Mango lemonade, strawberry lemonade, or just the regular.
Regular. By the way, I'm never allowed to complain that you're on the phone during a live show again.
Hey, Nick, remember, check the drink. If it looks like it's like an eighth, like not full, yeah, your delivery driver was sipping on the way here. Just saying. Just saying. But I'm sure you'll be fine. Nothing to worry about.
I'm never going to do this again.
Oh, and Weird says, don't forget the pineapple, John.
What?
The pineapple.
Hey, Rex.
Yeah, Jay.
Just real fast. We did get Ron's claim for that Hulk, right? Because Mr. Easy put something in the chat about it.
Yeah, I got Ron down for the Hulk.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. We are good. All right, so let's do the Rex cap. All right, as always, Dynamite 10-pack. Okay. So 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles. Cover price is $33.99 or higher, so $40 retail, and we've got it for $5. Then we have Action Comics number 1000, 1960s variant, signed in silver by Dan Jurgens. Suggested retail of $69.99. We have it available for $19.38. Then we've got Thor number 24, Legacy number 750, signed in silver by Walt Simonson. Suggested retail we have it the one available for $69.99.
Is there a building number for this?
Mike, what are you claiming for $5, buddy?
I'll be right back.
If it's the Popeyes chicken, I can't help you. But if it's the 10-pack, I can. So let us know, bud. Or, oh man. All right. So, yeah, thanks, Easy Go Lucky. I did get it though. All right. So next up, we have, where did I leave off? Detective Comics number 1027, cover F, Jim Lee, Batman Superman variant. Silver Signature Series signed by John Romita Jr. Okay, you got it, Mike. I got you a 10-pack there, buddy. All right. Suggested retail of $149.99. It is number 9 of 50 signed, and we have this one for $100. All right. Then we did G.I. Joe number 1, signed in silver by Fred Van Lente. Suggested retail of $69.99, and we have the one available for $19.84. Then we had Uncanny. Yeah, you know, Mike, I actually like half lemonade, half tea. I started buying the, oh shoot. First time I saw it was an Arnold Palmer's lemonade or something like that. And then they started making it. Everybody has a brand now, but yeah, I think it's awesome. I love lemonade iced tea. All right, so then we have Uncanny X-Men number 2, signed in silver by Chris Bacalo. Suggested retail of $69.99, and we have the one available for $50, and it's number 13 of 20 signed. And then we have Detective Comics number 1034, signed by Joshua Williamson. Suggested retail $49.99. We have the one available, number 3 of only 39 signed for $27. All right. Then we had Captain America #1 signed with Scarlet Witch cover sketch by Joe Del Beato, Mariano Nicieza, suggested retail of $109.99. And we have this at lower than half price at $50. And then we had Mighty Avengers #1 signed with Skrull and Nick Fury cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have it for $89.99. And then we threw up Spectacular Spider-Man #147 from 1988. It is a 9.2 or higher. Hobgoblin Inferno story continues, and we have the one available for $18.
I had to throttle the Wi-Fi a little bit because I needed a strong signal to order next dinner. Hope you're okay here.
Didn't bring me no sandwich? No, I'm not okay.
Ron wants to start.
All right, you got it, Ron.
Oh, by the way, I never use the Wi-Fi here. I never try to log into it or anything like that. I always use my own because I'm like, one more person on there.
If you ordering on Grubhub is interrupting the connection, then I need to complain about Comcast. Okay. Okay. Gotcha, Ron.
Mike, I asked Nick about that, but he said he just wanted lemonade. He didn't want any. They have like a half and half, and they have like a mango and strawberry.
I love it, by the way. Was it Arnold Palmer that came out with that first?
I was always taught that an Arnold Palmer was half iced tea and half lemonade.
I loved it.
I don't know how if that's
Wawa
like
makes it now too.
Wawa's iced tea lemonade is just it's like a thing. You get in the car and you got to drive and you're getting gas anyway, so it's right.
So
there.
Mike, yes, click on the link that's pinned to the chat. That's a submission form. Fill all that out. It when you finish that, it automatically sends an email to me and Amy. All right. So we got you there, buddy.
And John, if John Spilios is still in the chat, I would honestly, if I were you, I'd shoot Nick an email and I would see if there's any sort of time frame or anything, because I guess he's waiting on a commission from Ken. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, right now because I'm not on the publishing end, so I know they got him tied up.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't really press because I don't want to get in the way.
From the comic book end, I know he's doing a lot of stuff because I see that. You know what I mean? I don't know as far as what Nick has prioritized or any of these other things.
I don't know what I prioritize. What are we talking about?
All right, so let me finish up with the Rex Gap. Then we had Action Comics #1056, 125 ratio by Juanjo Lopez. Floating around in the wild for 25, and we have it for 12. And we only have one of these. Action Comics #1056, 1:50 ratio by Steve Beach. Floating around the wild for 50, and we've got it for 20.
Yeah, that's a killer cover.
So go ahead.
That is a killer cover.
Continue, gentlemen.
What were you talking about?
Oh, you know what? Since we have 4 giveaways, hey, Jay, let's spin that wheel for the first one. And I said the first one was going to be the Virgin.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were going to wait till the end.
To do all 4 now. Let's spread them out a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, we're spinning it. First one. Here we go.
Right. Would you say the first one we're doing is the Virgin?
Virgin, yeah.
Okay.
All right, and the winner is Eddie Edward. All right,
congratulations,
buddy.
Edward.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean, Greg Hildebrand stuff is very cool. This is.
So you gotta ask him which one he wants, Virgin or.
No, I already called it. The first one was a Virgin.
Okay.
The next one will be the logo.
Okay.
I would want that anyway.
All right. Joel, the hashtag. Jay, could you throw that up, buddy? Sorry, Joel. I didn't realize everybody was in, but we got 3 more giveaways for the night.
Ken's leaving. Have a good night, Ken.
See you, Ken.
Edward, yeah, congratulations, man. I mean, that and it's one day closer to Halloween, so Eddie's happy.
Marcus, cracking me up. All right, you got it, buddy.
Those are really nice, though. I mean, Hildebrandt was like one of the first artists that when you were real young, like middle school age, that you recognized his work from Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, and you know what I mean? It was.
All right, we'll do 2 Vampirella since we did Red Sonja. Gem Mint collectible Ken Hazer covers.
Ooh, for people asking about Ken Hazer, there you go.
And because John Spilios and Ronald have been waiting on Ken, knock $5 off of each of their purchases tonight just for waiting on Ken because we've got Ken.
So what you got? The black and white and the Virgin? Is that?
Yeah, the black and white and the Virgin.
Nice.
All right, I'm sorry. So John Spilios and who else?
And Ronald, because they're waiting.
And you said $5 off?
Yeah.
On anything?
Man,
Yeah.
Kirby Crackle makes me happy on it.
What did we sell out of?
I got you, Lyle. I got you down, buddy.
You got that?
So which
Okay.
one's the 1 in 25?
The one in Jay, can you throw up the 1 in 25, please?
Isn't the Superman?
Don't we have 2 of those?
Yes, one's in the box.
Okay.
1 in 25 is steel.
Okay.
Steel cover.
All right. So I didn't know if we sold both.
All right. So there's still one available. All right. And
Yeah, we were joking around, but I told John, I'm like, you would have to email Nick. I literally don't know. I mean, we don't have that sort of.
No,
he's working on a lot of covers.
Really, really busy.
Yeah, well, he posts them on Facebook, so
Yeah.
I see.
If you're looking for ideas of what Ken should draw, right here.
All right, you
Play
got
the
it,
action
John.
for 20.
Nice.
Spilios.
The action's not up here, right?
I don't know, Nick.
No, it's
I was
not.
just saying,
I'm not sure.
up there.
No.
I don't know what I put up there.
All right.
All right, so all right, John. So that comes with the $5 discount, and then Ron, of course, for
That's a
your
nice pickup,
22
John.
claims,
That's a real nice
you
pickup.
get the $5 off as well. All right. So we got that all hooked up. We got to go to our next break, so we're gonna do that. Stay with us. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form.
You just finished the last episode of your favorite news show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. What you did to that chowder. Ugh. Keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wickline Show on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales. Did you know that across America there are over 2, maybe even 3 live stream producers who can't even afford Mountain Dew? Take Brian here. Brian has gone 2 weeks without a sip of Red Bull. If it goes on much longer, he may take a shower and get a real job. Situations like this are as tragic as they are preventable. Join The Experience on YouTube and gain access to special emojis and members-only streams. For less than a cup of coffee, you can keep socially awkward hermit people working from their parents' basements where they belong. Scan the QR code on the screen to join. You'll be glad you did.
Did you know that every Experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out, twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code.
Comic Collectables is a pretty straightforward show. You got Rex here, he sells the comics, and you got Rockin' Robbie, he knows about the comics. And finally, John, well, no one really knows what John does. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, but he just keeps showing up. Come to think of it, I don't even really know how he gets in here. Anyway, awesome comics, rare books, rarer signatures, slabbed books, and amazing cover sketches by Ken Hazer and others. Simple formula, you want the comics, you buy the comics. To sum up, Rex sells the comics, Robbie knows the comics, and John, who might possibly be a ghost. I mean, seriously, has anyone ever seen him show up or leave? Comic Collectables with Rex and John, Mondays from 6 to 8 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Thanks, Jay. I didn't realize you were kind of watching, so that's cool. Lyle, you can always email. You should have our emails. I'm pretty sure you do. My name is. You can always email us a list of golden age you're looking at to sell. We'll make sure it goes to Nick and but we'll check out the Instagram as well, my friend. All right, so let's do some back issues. All right, so we have Uncanny X-Men number 133 from 1980. This is first solo Wolverine story. It is probably a 4.0 to a 5.0 and it has some staining. All right, we have this one for 45. All right, then we have Marvel Tales from 1976. And we got this one for $6. Price to sell. There's a Spider-Man one. I don't know if Large Man's still there. My bad, Large Man, if you're still there. All right, and then we have Batman Black and White number 1. All right, and we've got this one for 10.
I really like these covers, and I'm not even the biggest Batman fan, but I thought when they did
Did you hate Batman?
You know what? That's not true. I hate
it's so true.
Overexposure and constant Batman. I like a lot of the
Jay, find previous shows. I know he said the word. I hate Batman.
My favorite they've done 2 animated shows of 2 of my favorite versions of that character in the last couple of years, so I can't complain. They did the Jack the Ripper Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, and then I never thought they would do the Doom That Came to Gotham. I was super excited. Back in the day, Elseworlds were a prestige format. They were really cool. I bought a ton of those, and my favorite one was the Doom That Came to Gotham because it's Lovecraftian.
All right, so New Comic Book Day. You said big day for Dynamite.
It was a big day for Dynamite. We had Scar. We had Vampirella's Superpowers 2. We had 007 number 3 came out, and Elvira in Monsterland. I talked to, unfortunately for Dave Avalone, I speak to him almost daily.
Name drop
on social media. Well, you missed a whole bunch of name drops. I talked about Jeff Parker. I talked to
but Large Man isn't here. He's the only faithful player.
Oh, is he the only one faithfully playing? He's just having. Yeah, Dynamite really had a good week. I think I'm forgetting something, too. I might be forgetting something. Like Sweetie or Cherry or one of those type of books I'm forgetting or something. Rebecca Puebla. She is just, her version of Vampirella versus Superpowers is, John, it's a great series. Honestly, this is sort of the kind of thing I had hoped. When Dynamite first brought Superpowers, I had hoped to see Red Sonja and Vampirella sort of interact with Superpowers characters, and it just didn't happen. And I don't know if the time wasn't right, but now with the multiversing of everything, and if you're reading the Superpowers stuff, you see it's very heavy into the multiverse concept, and it's it's very, very, very cool. If you're a James Bond fan and you're tired of waiting like 2.5 years between movies, I tell people this all the time. Go grab the 007 stuff because it is really, really.
So I like Lyle's hypothetical there. 007 versus Punisher. Who would win? That's an interesting question, isn't it?
This is going to be one where it's almost like skill versus brute force, right? And I hate to say this because Punisher is a more popular character, probably, especially in comics. 007 is smarter. And what's going to happen is he will make it look like that he's been killed. And Frank Castle will toddle over like he always does. And Bond will turn around and pop him with his Walther PPK, which is small and light in a lady's handbag, but has a delivery like a brick through a plate glass window.
Dude, you've watched way too many of the movies.
I own all the James Bond movies.
Well, you remember seeing Dr. No, right? Where he makes him give up his Beretta.
He makes him give up Beretta because it jams and it doesn't have any stopping power. So if I had to guess, that's how a Punisher 007 thing would go. Right?
Fair enough. I see the
Assuming
logic
they
there.
don't do the thing where they team up, right? Heroes, I mean, they're both sort of anti-heroes. I mean, let's be honest. I love 007. 007 kills people. He kills people. That's what he's licensed to do. And
So
of course,
Punisher.
well, my point is that's why I'm saying they're both anti-heroes, right? So there's of course a possibility, depending on who's writing the book, I should say, of did they team up?
Well, John Spilios, I think it was pretty obvious who you were going to pick, man. I mean,
I don't know who you are anymore, John.
we
But
didn't expect you to go with 007.
I would have to guess that's simply because if you look at the Punisher when he gets foiled, it's not because someone is tougher. It's always because they're smarter.
Right.
Or Castle stops himself. Like he chooses not to shoot. Like, well, what is the famous cover where he's got the gun on Captain America and he's got, the foot on the shield. So if he wants to, he can kill Captain America right there. Maybe Steve Rogers dodges and maybe he doesn't. If I remember that cover, he's got a full clip in that gun. So Steve Rogers' chances there, not ideal. It's the same like when he's fighting Wolverine, right? Well, when Wolverine doesn't kill someone, it's because he chooses not to. He'd really rather not do it, right? Certain characters, like I
Marcus.
see.
Archie should have chose Archie.
Archie met the Punisher, and I love Punisher was very upset in Riverdale because it was a different reality. Like, what am I dealing with here? So that was very cool. Yeah, Philip Kennedy Johnson did that book, 007 Punisher. If that book was $20 an issue, I'd buy it. There would be no, especially if they got all the different art versions that they have now, especially. Right. I like many of the artists. My favorite 007 variant artist right now is probably
A Bronze Age.
A Bronze Age nerd is probably Rebecca Puebla, also known to a lot of people as Subversive Girl because that's her social media handle. I talk to her pretty regularly too, and she's having the time of her life. So I think Jay mentioned in the chat the Vampirella and Superpowers covers, and somebody else mentioned the Vamp. She is ready to do the Vamp like instantly because I talk to both her and Tom Snigowski pretty regularly, and all those guys are waiting for is a phone call, and they're ready to do the Vamp. She loves the look, the art style. Tom is sort of. Tom and Janine are the Vamp is they liked all the versions they did. The Vamp was the one that was closest to their heart.
All right, so Bronze Age, we disagree. I don't either agree or disagree, but John would disagree, and Ed Weird would disagree with you as well. So, anybody that just joined us, Jay, if you get a chance, if you could throw the hashtag up again. So got 3 more giveaways tonight. Let's see.
That's why I never joined in that show with Kyle and what's his name? Dan
Wickline.
Dan Wickline, because they're arguing they're both wrong. So the last thing they need is for me to add the show and say, guys, look, take a deep breath and let me explain to you how this works.
That's actually Kyle and Bronze Age Nerd, who's in the comments.
Oh,
Dave, what's up, bud?
How you doing? What's going on, bud?
All right, so
that's the beauty of those shows. Everybody is sort of, everybody has an idea. I mean, those shows are excellent for that reason.
All right, so we already gave away one, the Red Sonja Hildebrand cover version. Ed Weird was the winner. We have the logo version of that book. Then we have Vampirella. We have the black and white variant, and then we have a virgin cover by Ken Hazer. All right, so those are 3 more giveaways we have to do, and I'll tell you what, we will do one more giveaway in this half hour. We will give away the Red Sonja logo, and then we'll do the last 2 in the last half hour, whenever. All right, so let's go through and let's get through some more of the back issues. All right, so another one we have Dr.
I am now Bronze Age Wickline. Nice. The truth is, there are so many shows on the Experience now, and I don't mean this as disrespect to anybody. I can't remember who hosts which show.
He's
anymore.
A busy retired.
In the beginning, there was like 3 or 4 shows. Now everybody's got, different shows. They team up. They got their own show. I would have to write that list down.
And he can't be bothered with that.
Oh, that's awesome. There's more content on the channel.
Yeah, I know, but you can't be bothered with writing stuff down.
That is a lot for me.
It'll cut into your text.
I'm busy ensuring the publisher has food.
All right, you want to talk about that Daredevil? Which Daredevil?
Is it 254?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah, all right, yeah, why not? Let's do that, Dave. Daredevil number 254 from 1988. It is a 9.2 or higher. First appearance of Typhoid Mary, and we've got that one for $60. All right, and then we're going to go back to the top, Jay. A list. And then we're going to do Doctor Strange and Ghost Rider Special number 1 from 1991. And this one is priced to sell at $6. All right, the next up we have Incredible Hulk number 234. First Quasar. Yeah, Steve Vendetta. No way, dude. I wouldn't mess with John's phone. All right, we have this one for $25. All right, then we have Silver Surfer number 38 from 1990. Battling Thanos in this issue, and we have that one for $10. Love that cover. Yeah, weird. Seriously, I'd be there to taste test everything, and I gotta guarantee you, John is one heck of a cook. All right, then we have a 2-book collection: Teen Titans number 1 and number 2, Teen Titans Academy number 1 and number 2. Both books for $5. All right, then we have Judge Dredd. Now, these are the consignment books that we had. They are all 9.2s or higher. And we have Judge Dredd number 1 from 1983. It is a 9.2 or higher. First U.S. Judge Dredd appearance. And we've got this one for $90.
Steve, that's funny.
Yeah, I told him we wouldn't mess with that. That would be dangerous.
What, my phone?
Mike, you got it, buddy.
A ton of this stuff is uploaded to the cloud. I know these drivers now. I use a lot of these services. And if they come to your house, it's great. If they come to somewhere like the movie theater, they know, it's great. Dynamite is one of like a zillion buildings in a corporate complex in an area surrounded by corporate complexes. I could totally see the guy just driving around, Nick's food getting cold. So thankfully, Alex
it's weird. Seriously, dude. I mean, I appreciate the 2 dozen vehicles. Don't get me wrong. But when you texted me saying, hey, change your plans, I'm going to show up, and I got something for you, I'm thinking John Cole special.
Oh, my God, with this.
Hey, Rex, is this drinkable for Nick?
I don't know. You can spin it? Why are you holding it around?
Yikes. That's what he wanted. He said, I asked if he wanted mango or strawberry lemonade or the lemonade iced tea. He said he wanted to have one.
Wow. Okay. Dave with a big time question. Actually, Robbie and I did a Friday on PCP. We did a show talking about
I was going to say, you guys have talked about this a little bit.
But you haven't really. I mean, I think it's a good topic.
We live in a time now where, unfortunately, changes are never good. And I realize I'm going to sound like an old man. Change, get off my lawn, or whatever.
You are.
But I am. But I kind of want to embrace like the new things. But it seems like every time a company or a service or something is changed or bought, it's not good. I mean, just recently they said Twitter was going to be better when the new guy bought it, and Twitter is like a monorail off, just heading straight for a brick wall. It's a disaster. I'm hoping that the new model that they're sort of trying to roll out works. Obviously, I'm always in favor of everything that benefits the industry. unfortunately, there have been times where what benefits Diamond doesn't necessarily benefit the entire industry.
Well, I think that the problem was for a number of years they had a monopoly and they did not evolve with the changing market.
They do not.
And they became somewhat complacent. And before they knew it, all of a sudden they were under siege from all kinds of different directions. And now with losing DC, Marvel, Image now, it's created a problem.
I hate to say it, but I'm almost wondering if Diamond is Blockbuster. Do we need you really anymore? And I don't say me personally, but I realize I'm a bad example because I sort of literally get my comics at the publishers.
No, but you bring up a good point. It's not.
Have they sort of, you know what I mean? Back when there was a bunch of little stuff, it was a different story. Marvel is owned by a megacorp. DC is owned by a megacorp. Image, based on the strength of some of their stuff, like Invincible and Walking Dead, they kind of have like Amazon money, TV money, all this other. Do they really need Diamond?
I think the upside for the indie publishers.
Let's do that next. Triple B is waiting for the X-Men book, second shelf from the bottom.
Second shelf from the bottom. Okay, hold
Maybe
on.
Is that X-Men number 1?
Yes, I think it's the gatefold one. Is it?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
we'll
throw that up there, and then we'll keep talking about this. Triple B, X-Men number 1, volume 2 from 1991. It's the gatefold cover. It is a 9.2 or higher, and we have the one available for $28. All right, so let us know, Triple B, if you're interested in that one. Marcus. Yeah, it happened. I think a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago.
I was going to say this seems to me to be almost longer than that, but you might be right.
I don't know. Yeah, it might have been longer than that. I mean, not good for Diamond, obviously. You got a Triple B.
And there are people, to be clear, there's always going to be collateral damage. There's always going to be collateral damage.
That's true.
But yeah, Diamond went from being able to call all the shots to they're almost Diamond who. People still don't understand, in some cases, the reach of stuff like Comixology. Like with a hiccup, Amazon could bury something like Diamond if they chose to. We're going to deliver comics now. We deliver everything else. And I'm certainly not advocating for that or anything like that. But I'm just saying, for years, everybody has horror stories.
Right.
I know people personally have known them for years that own comic book stores in New Jersey, in Delaware, in Pennsylvania. Now I made friends with someone that's opening a store that's going to open the store year round in Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. And all of those people are veterans in the industry, and they all have horror stories from Diamond. And it's because Diamond didn't have to worry about it.
Right.
Now,
kind of like Comcast, just saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's this thing now where, to a certain extent, Amazon doesn't worry about anything. Amazon now wants to buy like UPS. That's like the level that they roll at now, right? Like, well, you know what?
Which I think would be dangerous.
I'm just saying, but you know what? That's a consistent
because
rumor.
I'll be honest with you, and this actually happened to us today, right? So we have a sign up front that says deliveries in the back. UPS, USPS, FedEx, they all honor that. They know deliveries come in the back.
Nope, Amazon won't do that.
Amazon is getting to a point. Some of the drivers will, okay? But it's getting to the point now where not only have they ignored the sign, it's in the middle of a business day, and she just jumped out of her truck, threw it at her front step, and rolled back in the truck.
Well,
so
you had a little area where the post office was sort of going to be involved, but they've been throttled and hamstrung by various political, financial stuff or whatever.
No, I understand.
And then FedEx Ground tried to really dig their feet in. And there was a very small part of the country, basically from Tennessee to Boston, that FedEx Ground works. You try to get FedEx Ground outside any of the major routes, they're laughing. UPS is the only person with that reach.
Right.
And so Amazon has to look at them and think, you know what? A lot of our stuff is on your trucks. Rather than compete, you know, it's that moment. It's this moment where Amazon and UPS are in the office, and Amazon says, "What's the rate?"
Right.
And UPS gives them the rate, and Amazon says, "How much for the company?" And that's the world we live in now, where these massive giants in the playground. And would that be a good thing? traditionally monopolies are not a good thing. Diamond had a monopoly, and now people wondering, what do we need you for?
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so let's get to the rest of the back issues. Next up we have Richie Rich, Money World #1 from 1972, 9.2 or higher.
Man,
And we've got this one for 45.
I went down a deep rabbit hole of Harvey books and Dell books. I cannot believe what these things are selling for
I remember reading
in good
growing up.
condition. Wendy the Good Witch, Hot Stuff the Little Devil, just random issues that are like in nice shape, $70, $80, $90 each. My friend in Myrtle Beach, he's like, I've got boxes of Harvey books, Baby Huey, TV shows that the girl that works in the front of this store never even heard of the TV shows before. What's The Rifleman? Well, we've got 70 issues of it, and most of the photo covers are Chuck Connors.
That's on H&I in the mornings.
But my point is, it's sort of like, you know what I mean?
I thought we had a Wendy.
And that's Dave is bringing up a really good point about that. I'm really not trying to, zing anybody here, but when Boom and Dynamite books aren't enough to make the Diamond minimum, well, you know what? Not that many people are really concerned about Diamond's minimum anymore, nor should they be, because there'll always be someone else to deliver your product.
So I don't know. I think that Diamond's been a victim of a number of factors. The monopoly complacency factor is one. I think that the move to digital comics was two.
I think that was the big one, actually.
And obviously the complacency part with the customer service issues, that kind of just accelerated kind of what's happening.
Well, somebody posted it in the chat. Everyone I know has a horror story.
Right.
You know what I mean? It has some horror story about something Diamond related. They went out of business because they couldn't get their books, and Diamond owed them money, and they just took their sweet time paying them, and they didn't have an extra $10K sitting in their wallet to hire a good lawyer. You know what? I mean, at this point, I don't know if a company like Amazon even bothers to buy Diamond.
So you want to hear something screwed up? By the way, this is worth drinking. He didn't lie to me, right?
What is it? Isn't that right? It's limited.
It doesn't look like it's missing much.
I like Alex and all, but
Alex, you know what he said about the Green Lantern double page spread with like 50 Green Lanterns?
What?
A $1,500 spread that I'm going to sell for $800. I told you it was going to be less than $8.99.
Yes, let's see.
He goes, I don't know. I'd be interested, but it's got 2 D-list lanterns. So out of 40 or 50 lanterns, there's 2 D-listers because of that.
Well, you know what? You've had a good.
There's a
internship
T-Rex
there.
lantern, though.
I wish you luck at your next posting.
All right.
Listen. That's on him not spending $800 on a $1,500 double page spread because there's a couple of.
You know what? With what you make here, you could make that money back in 7 years.
All right. So before we go to our next break,
Triple B just said it. Our story. Everybody's got them.
So let's do the next giveaway. It is the logo Hildebrandt Red Sonja cover. Jay, if you would be so kind.
Grip it and rip it, sir. I bet Robbie has a horror story about Diamond.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Well,
how many retailers are on the?
He did say something positive.
The channel.
Yeah. All right. Descending Climax.
Congratulations, Descending Climax.
Congrats, bud.
Man, anything from Greg Hildebrandt is a nice
All
thing.
right.
But
So
this one in
if you
particular,
haven't already, you only have to throw it up there once. The hashtag is #TheEXP. Freedom, all lowercase. We have 2 more books to give away. Vampirella, black and white, and virgin cover. So by Ken Hazer.
Yeah,
so,
Dave, I watched that. I watched that show before I watched the first showing of Secret Invasion because I was just up early at that point. I'm like, well, I could go back from bed for an hour, and then I'm like, no, and I turned it on. And Nick really sort of, the Nick John Romita show is sort of forget the sales, forget the other stuff.
Right.
It's just cool. Like I said, the difference between Nick's show and some of these other shows, Nick has long-standing personal relationships with these people. It's not like somebody said something that there's no degree of separation from Nick. Nick picks up the phone and he calls somebody. So, he knows them, their, influences in his professional and personal life. So when he does those kinds of shows, unfortunately, we've been doing the show for a couple of years now. How many of these shows have we had where like legendary creators have just sort of,
Agreed. Agreed. All right. So let's see. We have a few more books, and we will do the last two giveaways in the last half hour.
Thank you, Jay.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
everybody,
winners, please.
keep Amy smiling and happy. The last thing we need is.
Well, this is her early day, so hopefully she comes in tomorrow. She's already happy. Smiling and happy. So I'm counting on that. Fingers crossed, people.
I think
Fingers
that's vodka
crossed.
in that water bottle. She always has. It has to be.
She didn't share any with me? Man, selfish.
Selfish. You better hope she's not watching the show.
Dude, I guarantee you, I would bet every dime that I have
I know.
that she is not
I
watching
would
the show
bet my
right now.
house that she's not
She's
watching
going
this.
out with friends or something, but I guarantee you she's not watching the show at the dinner table right now.
Yeah, and for the first time, people, the link is real easy. You just click it, follow the instructions. You know, we get the stuff like, your real name, in case your parents didn't name you, Descending Climax, a good mailing address, your email, so we can sort of make sure it gets you your stuff.
All right, we're going to take our last and final break, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Do you remember what it was like when you were a little kid and you got a letter in the mail? Now imagine that letter was filled with information about your favorite shows, pop culture questions, links to things you're going to want to see later, and even sneak peeks at upcoming programming here on The Experience. That's what the EXP mailing list is. Every week, we send you sneak peeks, information, and all of the relevant links for all of the shows you want to see. Sign up now on our website or scan the QR code that's on your screen right now. What if Hans Gruber from Die Hard had to battle the Joker from Batman the Animated Series in a dance battle? Or who would win in a race between Baby from Baby Driver and Snidely Whiplash? If Austin Powers and Shrek found themselves in a hot dog eating contest, who would emerge victorious? These are the questions we talk about on Nerd Killer Warfare. Debate the most absurd questions you've ever heard in popular culture. Register now by scanning the QR code or visiting bit.ly/EXP casting.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey, and behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
Why was Princess Zelda sad after watching a bunch of YouTube videos? She couldn't find the link in the description. We'll stop if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's super easy. Click subscribe and click the bell when you do. And thanks for supporting the EXP.
All right, we're back. And John Spilios, that must have been one hell of a challenge in kindergarten spelling that name, boy. For real. All right, I don't know where John is. He's wandering around. All right, so let's get through the rest of the books. All right, so next up we have New Mutants number 25 from 1985. First Legion cameo, Sienkiewicz. All right, work here, and it's a 9.2 or higher, and we have the one for 34. All right, then next up we got the New Mutants number 18 from 1984. It is the newsstand edition First appearance of the new Warlock and Demon Bear, 9.2 or higher. Gee, I gotta imagine John Spilios. And we've got the one available for 25.
I remember when the New Mutants went from this is terrible to this was like the first book you grabbed when it was out that week in the store.
I remember when you didn't just get up and wander aimlessly and forget the day of the week.
My duties have expanded here at Dynamite now. I'm not just the eye candy of the company anymore.
Is that what you tell your wife? Well, they need me, honey. I'm the eye candy for the show.
No, my wife looks at my Dynamite collection and says, of course they need you. You're a revenue stream.
Oh, my God. All right.
I'm looking for Dynamite Unlimited. Like, I'll pay them $18.95 a month and I'll just get all the books.
Why? You do that now anyway.
Right?
All right. So next up, Superman number 4 from 1987.
Preston, is John picking out a statue from the warehouse. I remember when we started doing this, it looked like statues for days. And now all of a sudden, all the areas where the statues are, there's just stuff, but it's not statues.
Yeah, we have detectives looking in your car right now.
Yeah.
I'm keeping you distracted.
I had the Vampiro statue I wanted, black and white. We didn't have the Dija Thor statue I wanted in bronze, so I had it.
Sorry about that.
Well, somebody bought it, so
Yeah. Sorry about that. All right. For,
I've been giving Nick ideas since him and I first met more than 10 years ago at a con. I was like, you know what? Let me tell you what we really need to see.
All right. This one is the first appearance of Bloodsport. It is a 9.2 or higher, and we have the one available for 25.
TJ James, what? He's assuming that the feed.
I know, TJ. You don't want to just drop it at any moment because things like that,
it's out of context.
you can't even close your eyes and get rid of that thought now.
Is that with his senior discount? I can't see who it is. Somebody just said Dynamite Unlimited is your trunk. My next car is probably going to be like a 7 Series, so I have that
truck.
bigger trunk.
It's going to bring a box truck next time.
Dude, it's a good thing I sold my truck by the time I started doing this.
For us,
I had a Ram 2500 quad cab. That would have fit Dynamite the first decade.
At least you'd clean up a little bit as you're taking everything out.
Hey, that's why Amy doesn't stop me. Just take it and go, please. It's one less thing I've got to do.
All right, next up we have X Factor number 24 from 1988.
Oh, that coffin is mine. I just leave it here as sort of like a showpiece.
First appearance origin of Archangel, 9.2 or higher, and we've got the one for 65.
When they turned him into Archangel, immediately people split into two camps of this is amazing and this is terrible. And as the years went by, Archangel became cooler and cooler until I cannot remember the issue. He gets into a throwdown with Wolverine.
Right.
And normally Warren Worthington III would last like a microsecond in a fight with Wolverine.
Yeah, the blades coming out of the wing.
The blades come out of the wings, and I got to tell you, man, it is awful. I mean, they sort of break up the fight or whatever, but that is one of the most vicious, just Wolverine is just like, he's more cuts than person at this point. I know he's regenerating, but, it's not, I mean, you started getting these covers where, these things came out at first and you were like, eh. And then you started getting Bill Sienkiewicz and Walt Simonson, these people doing these covers, and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Oh, TJ. That's a good one. All right, the next up we have Marvel Team Up number 95 from 1980. First appearance of Mockingbird, 9.2 or higher. And we have the one for 90. All right, then next up we have Batman Catwoman number 1, the Brian Brown variant. First Phantasm in DC continuity. And we got this one for $8. All right, then we have Team America number 5 from 1982, newsstand edition. This one is priced to sell at $5.
Preston claimed Catwoman. You saw that?
I did now. You got it, Preston.
You know, my buddy who's like, he kind of took the space down in Myrtle Beach, and he's got his girl kind of going through the stuff or whatever.
Oh, you got it. You got to give me places to go because I will be down there. We're going to start driving the 17th and returning the 24th or whatever. I'll remind
Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach, I know real good. I've been down there a bunch of times.
Yeah, I know that. That's
almost
I'm
a little
asking.
bit of a home away from
Yeah,
home.
now one of the moms organized where we're staying and stuff out of, and you have to stay in certain places.
Well, one of the hotels I stayed at was sort of, they had like some mix-ups, so they put me at some other hotel for just like a couple. It was right by the convention center and all like the athletic center or whatever. And I remember looking, I'm like, oh, this is where they're playing softball.
That's probably where.
And there's some really nice hotels there. They had a situation where I was supposed to have an oceanfront room, and they thought it was oceanside. And I'm like, look, I'm just not going to pay for this. So they're like, well, we'll extend your trip by 2 days, and we'll just put you here until the room is ready.
So for me, I actually hand it off to one of the moms who takes care of it, and she does a great job. I mean, every place we stayed this year.
I was part of a project, and the traveling secretary was, you know, the George Costanza job with the Yankees was just thankless, man.
Well, she wants to have a team. She suggested a team dinner. I said, I leave in your capable hands. Just tell me when, where, when show up. I'm good. All right, so next up, we got star number 1 from 2020. First, Ripley Ryan in own title. And we got this one for $5.
These are some like deep cuts from Marvel, man. You know, books like US1 or whatever, things that people just don't remember anymore. Star's been done a couple times, actually.
All right, Preston, you got it, buddy.
New Universe has been done a couple times, actually. They got Warren Ellis to do it, and they still couldn't make it work. His version of New Universe, it was called New Universal, it was cool, but I'm just like, dude, this just reads like any random independent book. And that's why it didn't connect with people.
All right, then we got Century, Volume 3, Number 1 from 2018. It is a second print. And we got this one for $5.
Marvel has a history of trying to make versions of Superman work. And they just, sometimes it's really cool, sometimes it's not. They just can't quite
really
dial
tough.
in.
Yeah, it's really
Hyperion, Sentry. The one I probably like the most is Blue Marvel because he's not quite as Superman as some of the others.
You see, I actually like Homelander because, yeah, the powers are the same, but he's not Superman. He's the anti-Superman.
Well, you had Mark Waid.
There's a bizarro Superman, if you will.
Mark Waid explored that really well in a book called, I think, Irredeemable or something. And the character's name was the Plutonian, which was like the worst name ever. By the way, you probably should not say that during Mark Waid's Q&A for Irredeemable because he.
All right, good point, Preston.
And it really depends because you take one of two approaches, right? You either try to make him very Superman, which Kurt Busiek did in Astro City with Samaritan, and it was great. Samaritan's an amazing character. But if he's not doing anything Superman hasn't done.
Right, you're right.
Literally, he's there to be like the fireman of Astro City. Something's happening, so Samaritan's like, all right, I'll save you.
It's a tough order.
Or you do something like Mark Waid did, like I guess Rob Liefeld did with Supreme, where you sort of make him not Superman. You know, he wasn't found by the lovely farm family of the Kents, and you know. That, and of course, DC does that with Elseworlds. You know, what if the rocket lands on Apocalypse and Darkseid finds it? What if it lands in Soviet Russia in the Cold War? We've had a ton of that stuff.
All right, so next up we have Stephen King's The Dark Tower.
And yeah, TJ is right. I'm a big Squadron Supreme fan, Squadron Sinister, whatever you want to call them. Hyperion was probably, like one of the best.
All right, so Stephen King's The Dark Tower, Gunslinger Born number 4 from 2007. This is a second print, so we have this one for $5. All right, the next up we have Clandestine number 1 from 1994. Newsstand edition, first appearance of Clandestine, and we have that for $8. All right, then we have Avatar: The Last Airbender, or The Legend of Korra, free comic book day from 2021. Actually, love this. And Avatar: The Last Airbender, my daughter we watch every episode, and I really enjoyed it. Actually, you got it, Preston.
Oh, I just saw Dave. Dave, which Dynamite James Bond series is my favorite? I'm really enjoying For King and Country. I am, but probably my favorite is Origin.
All right, you got. Hold on.
I kind of love. I'm a sucker for year one stories, and that's sort of
You got
James
a lot.
Bond year one to a certain extent.
I got you, bud. All right. So then, we did Avatar. Okay. And then next up, Assassin's Creed, Dynasty, Valhalla, Blood Brothers, free comic book day 2021. And we've got that for $5.
I was wondering what was going on with my phone. I was listening to something on Audible, and it's just been running for like 4 hours since I stopped listening. So I'm like, well, I'll have to rewind this.
Old man problem.
I thought I shut it off, but I look in the background, it's just running.
All right. Then next up, we have Deathmate Epilogue from 1993, Silver Chrome edition, and we have that one for $5.
Man, this whole thing came out on, oh my God, this was when Valiant was melting down and the story's going, and there was rumors that there was a couple issues out. Jim Shooter just took the rest of the stuff and left. There was this delay, and they kept reissuing it in blue and red. I think I legitimately have Deathmate in like 4 different colors: blue, red, gold, and silver, because they were trying to keep people interested. Speaking of Valiant, we just had a story 3-4 days ago where Valiant was, Valiant, they try, right? 2014, I don't know if anybody was doing better comics in 2014, 2015 than Valiant. They came back, and they came back hard. The guys that ran the company were into it. They were financed. Well, things happen, this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
2020, 2021, they're barely a publisher. They're barely getting a book or two out a year. Somebody picked them up, and I think the company that bought them is not a company I know a lot about, Alien Comics. Apparently, Alien Comics has picked up Valiant, and they claim that they're going to restore Valiant to its glory days.
We'll see. All right, next up we have.
I like the Valiant characters. Valiant was like a split between their own characters, and they had stuff from Gold King. They had Turok before Dynamite.
Right, that's right.
They had Turok. They had Dr. Mirage. They had Magnus, Robot Fighter, and they did some good stuff.
They did.
My guess is it's money or maybe management.
It could be any number of things. It's so hard to make it. All right, next up we have Sonata 3D number 12 in a sealed poly bag. So 3D Galactus still in there.
Nice.
And we have it for $5.
Yeah, Lyle, I agree with you. One of my all-time favorite characters in comics ever, anywhere, is a character they created, Toyo Harada, who was kind of like more Magneto than Magneto. I really like Toyo Harada. But again, you'd have a couple characters, but I don't think they had enough to sustain
the universe.
And they probably had, I'll tell you, I like their version of an armored character better than Iron Man. Exo Man of War is, Exo Man of War is, again, it's a great character. I guess what happens is they just can't, the audience shrinks.
They can't sustain it.
And they can't sustain it. I mean, I hate to say it, but they did really good stuff. Now, granted, once Dynamite had Magnus, it was a different story. There was a different level of talent writing the book.
Right.
But, there was a time where Eternal Warrior was a great character, and you had Armstrong and Archer. They had some very cool stuff. The original Shadow Man series was fantastic. TJ mentioned it. And there was all these rumors about Shadow Man was going to be made into a TV show, and Bloodshot was going to be made into a movie. Well, Bloodshot was made into a movie that was sort of like DOA.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing happened to it, and you never heard about the Shadow Man story again. I'll tell you right now, I think an animated Shadow Man series would be excellent. I really do.
All right, let's get through the rest of the books. All right, so next up we have Dark Shadows number 35 from 1976. It is the final issue with the Headless Horseman.
Oh, maybe I should just
And
keep
we
this.
got this one for $10. All right. Then next up we have Wendy, the Good Little Witch #7.
We were just talking about this. I remember.
Yeah, I thought we had Wendy.
I
because
remember
you were
the
talking
Dark
to Harvey.
Shadows that Whitman did. They did. Gold Key did it too, but the Dark Shadows that Whitman did, they were not appropriate for that age group. I mean, I remember reading these stories. So I've always
All
liked
right,
Dark Shadows.
Preston, you got it, buddy.
I got to tell you right now, they were not. You know, these books were supposed to be for kids, and if you read those Dark Shadows stories from Whitman, they're very much just like the show. They're almost like a continuing of the show, and that show is not for kids.
All right, so next up we have Aquaman Justice League Drowned Earth #1 variant cover. And we got this one for $5.
Oh, that's a nice cover. That's a really nice cover.
All right, then we have next up Mystic U #1. And we got this one for $5.
This is sort of the whatchamacallit, the Strange Academy, which came first, the chicken or the egg. Dave, I remember that depending on where you lived, you know, like Central and South Jersey, there was a local channel,
You got it, Lyle.
NJN, and they ran Doctor Who and Dark Shadows back to back.
Right.
So you would come home. This is before, you know, video VHS and all this other stuff. There were days where you knew you would come home. And you would be like, you know, your parents were like, you want to go outside to play? And you're like, I'll go outside in an hour. And you would watch Doctor Who, which was pretty much like the Tom Baker, the Third Doctor, and Dark Shadows that they just ran over and over again. And they also wound up, I found out they reran it at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because I was one of those weird kids that was up in the middle of the night anyway.
Hey, guess what? You're still weird.
Well, I am. But yeah, the Dark Shadows comic was sort of like at the newspaper level. It was not. That comic was not for kids.
All right, so next up we have Justice Society of America, Volume 3, #24 from 2009. Is an Alex Ross cover. See Black Adam out there. And we got this one for $5.
These are really nice.
All right, then next up we have Justice League Rise and Fall Special #1 from 2010. And we got this one for $5.
Alex Ross, and I'm not claiming to know him or even be an expert on his work, but it seems like Alex Ross really enjoys taking characters that are not the top line characters
and doing something
and
with
making them look about as cool as they've ever looked. He's done it. He did it with Astro City. I mean, nobody knew who Kurt Busiek back then really was.
Right.
Nobody knew what Astro City was. When you saw that book, and he did it with Tom Strong, nobody knew who these characters were, and it just turned your head. He did it with Dynamite. I mean, he wound up doing Project Superpowers. Overnight, people had to know who these characters were.
Agreed. All right. So then we have Infinity Inc. Special #1 from 1987. And we have that for $5. All right. In a minute, Lyle. We're getting there. Batman
want their free stuff. Hurry up.
Batman #449 from 1990. And we have that for $5. Then we have Bane Conquest #1. We've got that one as well for $5. And then finally, we have Untold Tales of Blackest Night #1. All right, and we have this one for $5. All right, so who was it that said it's drawing time?
It was
Lyle. I think Lyle's correct. All right.
Wants his free stuff, man. He's watching from the top of the world.
That's a good point.
I don't even know if it's day or night up there.
That's a good point. All right, so Jay, are you ready? We're going to give the black and white Vampirella by Ken Hazer cover away next. All right, so spin that wheel.
Spin it.
All right, Ken
Bird. I think he popped out early tonight, but congratulations, Ken.
But no problem. We'll get it to him. All right. So, congratulations, Ken Bird. All right, it's day 24 hours. I don't know how I react to that.
It's day 24 hours. Oh, real quick, Nick asked me to mention he's going to look at all the he'll look at all the comments, and eventually on social media or something they'll announce that the show is going to be from 6 to 7 or 7 to 8.
Right. So right now, I think it's probably going to be 6 to 7. The overwhelming votes came in.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, Nick will make an announcement. I didn't want to just say it by reading it.
Yeah, but he asked the group, and the group says overwhelmingly 6 to 7 as opposed to 7 to 8. So we've got 10, 5, 9 votes for 6 to 7, 1 vote for 7 to 8. All right. So, all right. Last giveaway of the night is the Vampirella Ken Hazer cover. Virgin cover, variant cover.
That's so nice, man.
All right, so let's spin that
24
wheel.
hours of daylight.
I can't imagine that. Or 24 hours of darkness. I couldn't imagine that.
See, the darkness would be cool. With the daylight's just the. Bronze Age Nerd, congratulations. I don't know if
Congratulations,
or not,
man.
But...
Bronze Age, remember to fill out the submission form pinned at the top of the chat, buddy. I don't know that we have all of your shipping info, real name, all that good stuff, buddy. All right.
Maybe his parents didn't name him Nerd, Bronze Age.
They might have. That makes it kind of neat.
That'd be pretty cool. Those would be pretty cool parents. We'll name him Bronze Age. It's my favorite comic book period.
Jay, what do we got on tonight after this?
So coming up right after y'all is going to be Chuck and Wendy with 3T Talking Treats Trivia. Then after that, we should have 360 Comics. And then to top off the night, we're going to have Kicking It with Henri.
Cool. So lots of action on the experience tonight. Don't forget, Nick has his original art show, which he's going to bust in and tell you about in a second.
Austin Kyle!
Dude.
I think we're going to do 7 to 8 on Wednesdays. I noticed we get a lift from 7 to 8.
Well, the votes are overwhelmingly 6 to 7. So I'm just
But more people are here 7 to 8. We're doing summer hours on Wednesdays, 1 hour. So 6 to 7 or 7 to 8. I mean, it's when the people show up. All right, Friday at 7. After that, I'll be up daylight at 3 a.m. So, Lyle, are you advocating 3 a.m.? This Friday, our biggest original art experience ever. Well, I guess biggest by the most amount of items. So Friday, 7 o'clock, this Bagley Spider-Man cover. You will not believe the price. This Bagley Spider-Man cover. Hoo-ah, that's going to be at an incredible price. Original Sin. So many characters. I can't believe I'm putting this on the air with Daredevil in there. Working night shift in the daylight. Wow. Venom first host, Mark Bagley, pure pencils. But it has D-list spiders, right? Just like the D-list Green Lanterns.
Alex said he'll give you $18 for it. That's
Superman special from Superman Kingdom Come. Check it out. Oh, man. Check it out. The Illegal Sham, Council of Reeds. Some nice JSA covers by the Illegal
Is that
Sham.
Black Condor on that cover like that?
Check it out. JSA All-Stars Classified. The published and the unpublished cover.
Oh, man. That's nice.
D-list reads.
Jesus, Reeds, oh my God. Every Reed Richards is an 80.
I actually have to be somewhere at 8:15, so I'm going to let Nick close the show.
No. I'm getting off the air. I just got to do one more thing. I'm getting off the air. Oh, Cherish cover. If somebody claims the Cherish cover, you want me to deface it by signing it. Here we go, real quick. Cherish, published cover. Dynamite Entertainment book.
Nice.
This. What I say I was going to do in the vibe? I know I said under $600. This is a published cover. You have any Finch? Not this week. My wife would cut my head off. Check it out. This Green Lantern cover, $1,500 cover. I already said we're going to do it for $800. This Green Lantern cover, $1,500 cover. We're going to do it for $800. We'll see what we do the Witchblade at. So it's like more Freedom Friday. Oh my God. Oh no, I keep forgetting how thick that artboard is. This double page spread, which Alex said has 2 or 3 D-listers, so he won't buy it. We're gonna have for $800.
You should just start garnishing his wages and give it to him.
And then we will have Starlin.
You've been assigned this art, sir.
Guardians of the Galaxy. So much more. I think we're going to do this page at like $25. It's still Starlin. Remind me that I said 25. This might be 75 or 100.
Are we trying not to throw the original art on the floor?
I got to stop.
Well, it's his original art, so I don't feel so bad.
Check it out, Silver Surfer. It's going to be a good Friday, everybody. It's going to be a good Friday.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
We're off on Monday.
We're off on Monday. Jay just let everybody know what's coming up for the next couple, 2-3 hours on the
So
experience.
yeah,
Check that
stick
out.
with the EXP if you can, if you have time. Some great shows.
Friday, Nick has an armload of.
And obviously 7
Original
p.m.
art.
Eastern time on the experience. Nick will have all of this art that he just flashed through.
And I don't know what that means. I'm doing my Bob Dylan. You got to explain that to us, Marcus.
On Friday.
All right. So
Jay,
yeah,
thanks
let's
for
know.
pushing the buttons, buddy.
Jay, thanks for pushing the buttons. I hope you and Jen are doing well. And we will see everybody, I guess, next Wednesday then.
Food footprint variant, you say?
Peace.
Join the party. Head over to our Linktree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.